Hey everybody, Nick again. Last crate here. This is just stuff. Went through one of our distributors, looked through a list of vinyl they had in stock, and started grabbing stuff that I've noticed we haven't had in the store for a long time, if at all. Just stuff that I really think a lot of you guys might look for, especially this time of year. We get a lot of gifts to be giving, so you might find something that you like. First and foremost, we have Eric Clapton's Slow Hand album. This is the 35th anniversary edition. 180 gram vinyl for you audiophiles there. This is gonna have Cocaine on there, as well as Next Time You See Her, Wonderful Tonight, Mean Old Frisco. Bunch of great songs, but yes, we do have it in stock, and that will be here for you starting on Friday. Next, we have the Dave Brubeck Quartet, Jazz Goes to College. Like I said, many videos before, just trying to slowly build some of the vinyl, jazz vinyl that we, got a lot of old stuff, trying to bring in some newer pressings of old stuff, or just new stuff in general. So grabbed this one, pretty excited about that one. It should be pretty solid listen. Next we have Bush 16 Stone 20th anniversary edition on clear vinyl, 180 gram. It's one of those albums that's just classic. I mean, Bush, I know they've done stuff recently, but it really doesn't get much better than the 16 Stone album. If I had to guess, this would be my favorite album of theirs, and we have it in stock for you. Next, we have pop legend Christina Aguilera and her album Stripped. Again, not something that we've had in the store, and glad to start getting some of these older, more popular pop albums for you. Next, we have the 30th anniversary rather of the Cult's Sonic Temple. Brought this one in. This one was actually one that Paul recommended us bring in. It's not something we've had, and 30th edition is always something nice. So got it here for you, ready for the holidays. Next, we have a couple Cream albums. We have Disraeli Gears, and then we have Wheels of Fire. Surprisingly enough, yes, we have had these used, but we haven't had them actually new in a long time, if at all. Both of these are on 180 gram, and they are ready to be picked up. Next, we have Cheap Trick self-titled album. Oddly enough, I don't think we had any Cheap Trick if it wasn't used, so I noticed that, recognized it, and starting to bring it in slowly but surely, but found this one and was glad I could. Next, we have The Damned, Music for Pleasure, 180 gram black vinyl. Again, this was one that Paul suggested we bring in, and I do not disagree. This is 100% an album that we should have in our shelves and ready for you guys to be purchasing. So got it here. Next, we have a couple of Eminem albums. We have the Eminem Show, as well as the Marshall Mathers LP number 2, not the first one, but the second one. So he did a Marshall Mathers EP LP back in the early 2000s, and then he did LP 2, and I think this was like 2012 or something like that. Different songs, but we've got it here. Next up, we have Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires. This is listed as their second album. I always thought it was their first, but never great with things anyway. So Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires. This is the one with the Highway song, Safari song, just some of the stuff that they're first recognized by, so maybe that's why I thought it was their first album. We actually had people looking for this a while back, so we do have it in the store. If you're watching, come check it out. Next up is a band that we get a lot of questions about, and shockingly, we've not had anything on vinyl. I took note of that, and when I found it, I kept my promise and brought some in. Dave Matthews Band, we have Under the Table and Dreaming, and the 20th anniversary edition of Crash. Both of which I believe are 180 gram vinyl, which may or may not matter to you, but we do have them here. These are two albums that I grew up listening to just because my brother is a huge fan, so I know they're solid albums of theirs, so now we have them in stock. Introducing DJ Shadow. Excellent album. We have a used version of this from an original first-ish pressing that I want to say goes for $70. This one's going to be a little more affordable, less played, hopefully, since it is sealed. $30 gets you a brand new copy of the album. This is actually one of the first DJ Shadow albums, obviously, but that's the first one that I heard, and I knew this was something that we'd have to get in the store for our customers. Back to the pop, we have the first Britney Spears album on a picture disc, Baby One More Time. Again, just trying to diversify what we have in the shop and bring in stuff that I'm sure people are looking for. We just never have it. So here we go, Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. And last but not least, surprisingly, since I'm a huge fan, we've never had this in stock. We have had it signed, so maybe if you want to count that, okay. But we have Devin Townsend's Empath album. This was my #1 album from last year, and honestly, it's probably one of my favorite albums in a very long time. Easy to listen to all the way through. If you're a Devin Townsend fan, metal fan, prog fan, there's stuff for everybody, so come check it out. Thank you.